This week we start off chasing one of my favorite animals to hunt, rutting moose in Alberta.
I think I crushed him maybe.
Followed up with a primitive weapons whitetail buck hunt where my dad's in the shooter seat. My name's Mitchell Payment.
Hello, this is Mitchell. You're in the blind.
My dad introduced me to hunting at a very young age where I quickly fell in love with the raw beauty and emotions that this outdoor lifestyle has to offer. Sharing the same passion as my dad, we have been able to create memories out in the field that will last a lifetime. Capturing our successes and our failures through a lens of a camera has now led to this. Welcome to Season 2 of Moment of Truth TV.
He's gonna go down. Look at the blood pump.
Yes!
It's a dream, Bob. Look at that jaw.
Woo! That was gorgeous.
The hunt for a bull moose really started 2 years ago. Previous years, even as a young kid, we had the tag in our pocket and we just hoped one would walk by while whitetail hunting. With no luck, we decided that from here on out we'd make a good effort to put some of arguably the best wild meat in our freezer. So that summer we put in some extra effort towards moose scouting to see if we can't greaten our odds to finally arrow a bull moose. And as luck would have it, on September the 7th, we finally had our first encounter with a bull moose we've watched for multiple years. Smoke him?
Yeah, you smoke him.
How's that hold you up for like 2 minutes?
He's gonna go down.
Is he down?
Yeah, he's gonna drop. Look at him bleed. There he goes, Mitch. Good job, buddy.
First blood this year. That kiln stick drilled. Yes, he's done.
Absolutely beautiful.
Having that taste of success created a newfound love for moose hunting, which leads us to now, the following year, to see if we can do it all over again. Well, it's September 24th and we're getting ready to go in for moose. We're going to be hunting a valley and we have 2 tree stands set up on an alfalfa field and there's some wicked bedding area behind us, so we're hoping we're going to come out to feed and we can get an arrow in one, but we're just going to feel them out. We're coming in here. We didn't get any real trail cam pictures of bulls this summer, but now that the rut's kicking in, we're hoping a few are coming into the area. And we got a week. My dad took a week off work so we can do some hardcore moose hunting and hopefully get it done, so stay tuned for that. With our evening starting off with multiple deer sightings, it was shaping up to be a fantastic night in the tree stand. With our first evening of moose hunting consisting of seeing a couple cows and calves, with a young bull starting to get into the mood, we were excited to see what the rest of the week might bring. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by RV City, Tacticam, Enforcer Ozone, 365 Archery, CX Shooter Supplies, Cazelin Meats, K&R Tax Services, Paulina's Catering, G5 Outdoors, Killin' Sticks Arrows, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Big Game Illustrated, Cyrus Wind Indicator, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by Tacticam. It's the morning of September 25th. We just got to one of our spots where we're going to be calling moose this morning. And I'm really excited to get in here. It's just a big bluff of bush around a whole bunch of agricultural, and there's moose in here. We've seen them in the past. And actually driving home the other day, we spotted probably a 35-40 incher in the nearby area. So I'm excited to get in here and hopefully we can call one in. As our week of moose hunting went on, we continued to hunt hard, walking and calling in some of our best hunting properties. Unfortunately, it turned up nothing but rather a close call between a couple rutting porcupines. Just escaping the wrath of a scary-looking one-eyed porcupine, it was time to move on to see if we can't have an encounter like that with a rutting bull moose. Well, it's the third morning of our moose hunt. We're getting ready to go into a bush where we have permission, and there's a ton of bush in this area. And prior, we were hunting our whitetail spots just hoping there was a moose there, and it's not loaded with bush. So we're hoping this is going to help us out. We're going to go in there, do some cow calling, and hopefully a nice bull comes in, so stay tuned. We lost our cone yesterday, so we built this one, and I'm hoping it's the lucky cone. As we made our way towards the crashing we heard up ahead, my dad spotted a black hump and antlers coming right for us. I think I got him good. I think I crushed him maybe. I think I hit him pretty good, Dad. It was in the front corner. I seen the arrows right in the front corner, got that much penetration. It looked the same as that other bull, my last bull. Oh my gosh, I want to feel really excited, but I don't know what to say. I would have let him got into a better opening, but he was working his way downwind, and I just didn't want him to smell us. He stopped at a hole like this, right in the front quarter. I could see his front shoulder, and I let it fly. It might be a hair far back, I'm not sure. But he was just making some noises, so he could be down, I don't know. Well, it's almost been an hour since I shot him. And because there was lots of brush and it was tough shooting, I'm pretty sure I smoked him, but we weren't 100% sure on the shot, so we're giving him a solid hour. We watched him run and stop, and we think we might have heard him go down, but I just don't want to, if we bump him, that's the last thing I want to do. I'm really hoping he's down right there and we get to put our hands on this gorgeous bull. I kind of feel sick right now because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just praying it works out because we've been hunting so hard and we're getting a little frustrated, to be honest. But the moose rat, honestly, I love hunting moose. It's something you can do when you get on them and grunt them in. There's just no better thing. And when you keep him grunting, I'm just really hoping he's down. This segment is brought to you by CX Shooter Supplies. I think I got him good. I think I crushed him maybe. After giving the bull a little over an hour, we decided it was time to move forward and take up the blood trail. Looks like there's bubbles in the blood. Well, we've went about 50 yards and we found my arrow here. And it looks like I got roughly 12-14 inches of penetration, and there's bubbles in the blood and it's light colored. So that's got to be a good sign. Although the blood's slowing down, I'm praying that he's not much further. I don't know what to say, guys. It's crazy. With the blood trail thinning down to nothing and reaching the 2-hour mark after the shot, we were sitting there making up a game plan on what to do next, when all of a sudden we heard what sounded like a tree falling not far away. With very little wind, we wondered, could that be our bull moose? Guys, you don't even know. I was feeling so sick. I was down on myself, and we were like, okay, well, we just heard a huge crash when we were sitting there giving him time to die. And we came in here, and I just looked, and I thought there was a big mole hole, and I'm like, what? No. And he's right here. He is a beauty. Oh my God, he's beautiful. Look how big. Man, I crushed him. Look at it.
They are the toughest animal.
He clawed it up. Look at that. He clawed it up right away. That just goes to show you, never give up on tracking an animal. You never know. Well, everyone, here he is. We got him propped up. This is such an incredible bull. He means a lot to me. We put in a lot of work. Probably walked 70 kilometers in total hunting this animal. I want to thank my dad carrying the camera around as far as we walked. It's got to be hard on the shoulder, so I really appreciate that. And to come out with such a magnificent bull feels so good. And you know what? The dream season continues. I was wondering, you know, we've been hunting hard. If it's ever going to be the year to have a dream season, I killed my whitetail in the second. Usually that consumes a lot of our season, so it's working out.
Okay, it's October 28th. It's a nice night. It's really warm for this time of year. It's like 17 above, but it's gonna cool off because it is windy. Okay, so this property here, Mitch set up a ground blind about 2 weeks ago, put it over here. I'm hoping it's not in the next county because there was 100-kilometer-an-hour winds here about 6 days ago, so I'm worried about it not being there, but we'll see. I'm gonna walk in there, get in the ground blind, hopefully it's there, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Dad's first night hunting for a primitive weapon season buck produced multiple doe sightings, turning out to be a great evening in the field. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by RV City, Tacticam, Enforcer Ozone, 365 Archery, CX Shooter Supplies, Cazelin Meats, K&R Tax Services, Paulina's Catering, G5 Outdoors, Killin' Sticks Arrows, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Big Game Illustrated, Cyrus Wind Indicator, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by K&R Tax Services.
Okay, it's November 19th. We took a couple days off since I shot my general tag. But we're going to head out to the county now. And they are in full rut, I do believe. We should be seeing some deer this morning, so let's get out there and see what happens. See you in the tree.
As it got lighter, the fields came alive, deer grazing on their way back to the bush to bed. Sure enough, just as we'd hoped on a November morning during the rut, a buck coming right for us hot on the doe's trail. Let him come right in.
Okay, sorry for the delay. We weren't sure about that shot. We reviewed the footage and it looks pretty good. Like, that buck was 70 yards away. I put it right on his shoulder. I shot maybe a little bit to the right, tucked it in right behind the shoulder, but he was quartering to a little bit, so. But I think this is a good shot. He walked in, he sat there for about 20 seconds and he just kind of, he went into the bush and he was struggling. So we're gonna give him a little bit of time, like quite a bit of time. Probably an hour and a half before we go in there and check this out. And I'm just praying, because that was amazing. I just can't believe it. We came in here this morning. There's just 4 does. They see something around the corner. It was obviously that buck. They came running this way, and that buck come around the corner grunting, and oh my God, the peak of the rut is so amazing. This doesn't normally happen. And I just hope the shot's okay. I really do. But that's hunting. We're gonna wait an hour and a half. We're gonna go in there and hopefully we can find this buck.
After sitting in the stand for 2.5 hours, we decided it was time to get down and pursue this unique buck.
Lots of blood. Right there.
No way.
Oh my God. You didn't go 40 yards, Mitch.
Why were we
40
stressing?
or 50 yards. Oh,
There he is.
he's done. Yes. Oh,
I
don't
can
know
see
why
his
we
drop
stress
from
about
here.
Stuff like that, but you're better off to wait, Mitchell. You are. Like, I know it's
100%.
hard. Like, that was really hard, but. There you go, buddy.
He did not go far.
Oh,
Let's go put our hands on him.
let's go check him out. man, here he is, guys. We got him propped up. Like you say, he didn't go very far. It was a real incredible morning. The rut is definitely on. This guy come around the corner grunting, and
he was hot on those 4 does. And man, when you can get out in the peak of the rut and get these bucks on their feet. I sat here a ton during the primitive weapon seasons with my dad and just by myself a couple times, and I just seen spikes. But when you get out during the rut, you get these a little more mature bucks out. This is a 4.5-year-old buck. I actually came out shed hunting with a friend of mine, and we found his shed from last year. It had been this side. You can totally tell it's his shed.
That's so cool.
Which is really cool. We have history with this buck, and whenever you can have history with a buck, it just adds to the whole experience. But like, look at this gnarly stuff.
Oh, I know, he's just so awesome. We come around the corner, I couldn't even believe it.
I know, it was just incredible. Good shot.
And I enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks for coming and filming me,
problem.
Mitch.
He's got a
Oh, he's beautiful.
Closed captioning is brought to you by RV City. Next week, I'm after a whitetail buck during a primitive weapon season. Being one of the tougher hunts we face each year, we put in the time and were rewarded with some up close and personal action. This is an episode you will not want to miss.